Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you hit the link to my Teespring. You can get 20% off promo code Sloppy Joe, all caps, and give me a follow on X. What's going on, everybody? Apologize for being late. I kept having to move the time back. I had to go drop off some paperwork for my daughter's school. And then my son, he has a football game today, and it's going to be 100 degrees. So I had to go get a new cooler. I got one of those towels, those cooling towels. You know, you dip it in cold water and they wear it around their neck. And I got one of those pool noodles, you know, the long styrofoam like tubes, because in the kids' boxing class, the teacher, he cut them in half. And so he uses them to hit them if they don't keep their hands up, to block their face. And then they got to keep their elbows in to protect their ribs. So when we practice at home, I'll be using the noodle, bat, 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 and all that shit. Something just caught my eye. Authentically Kennedy, what's up? She says, I was just watching Saving Private Ryan. Damn, pretty heavy. You know, that heavy shit today. I remember when that movie came out. What was it, 98? Something like that. They had a bunch of World War II vets do screen the movie at a theater, and they were, in tears. What a crazy movie to see. And then, of course, the opening scene with storming the beach, D-Day, and all that shit, really shook those old dudes up. But yeah, you know what the fuck we're talking about today. We're talking about Trump being convicted on all 34 charges, how ridiculous it is. What does that mean for Trump, his campaign? What does it mean for us? How are they going to spin this? The sentencing. Let me jot something down. Okay. Bam. Okay, cool. So, what does that mean? That's right, Keith D. Spare the noodles. What does that all mean? And what does that mean for our country? It's just fucked up. I did a live stream yesterday for about 15 minutes because I had to take my daughter to her dress rehearsal, so I can only do it as long as she was in there, but had almost 800 people in there, so shout out to all of you who were there. I recognize some of the names here who were there, so I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Let me, let's see. Dank Buds, what's up, bro? Oh. Kenny Fulkerson, LT, Warhorse, Derek Molino, Mark Gonzalez, Leonard S. What's up? Andrew Wheezy, Window Liquor Prepper. All right, thank you. Fly fishing, excuse me. RF Ross, Tree Herder, Kevin, Sweet Mama G, Diesel, username, Lucky Tamara, Justin Roches. I see your super chat, Leonard S. I will get to it, I promise. Jake, Broman Dude, what's up? Poro Loco Me, what's going on? None the Miser, Poodle Amy, Spencer T, Forever Toxic as Marquez Hardison. Appreciate that. The Ferg, Rachel, Plain and Simple Truth, Jane, Toy Mafia, Toughest SOB, Anthony Uruetti, Anthony Uruetti. Appreciate you. Hello, goodbye. LaShawn Borges. Did I say that right? If I did, my bad. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Authentically Kennedy, of course. Johnny, Oscar Gonzalez, Nicholas X, Keith D, Craig Crawford, Johnny. Master Sprinterson 1. Miyamoto Musashi, Dov Omega, Hugo Boss, Flowers Mama, John Marlowe, The Mighty Flute, Clove Cunningham. Thank you. That everybody? Deb, what's up? John Mick, Bird Diff Empire, Chozo Ghost, what's up? I see your super. I will get to you, I swear. Deborah Fountain, Strider Shadow, thank you. Joe Show 750, Robert Hoffman, David Petts, Joanne Brum, Distant Land Raider and Bandit Invader, Leroy Luscombe, Mark's Music Obsession. What's up, man? David Barden, Owen Moody, DJ John T. What's up from Sweden? The other Brock, Nitro, the producer. Marley Pike, thank you. Julius Baker. Oof. A lot of folks. I see the supers. I appreciate them. I thank you. I will get to them. But there's a few things to talk about, under the Trump being convicted umbrella. Paytar, what's going on? I got a text message from my dumbass cousin Keith. He's a never Trumper, TDS sufferer, old man Biden, ball sack liquor. He's the worst. He's my cousin. I love him. He's a great father. But politically and socially, he is a fucking retarded. Gian, what's up, man? One half of Stop the Fuckery. He says stop the fuckery. I'm trying. There's truckloads of it. Anna Marie, what's up? Watching from Colton, California. Joe Keithley, what's going on? I appreciate all you guys being here. And Gian and I did an episode 15 of Stop the Fuckery yesterday. Make sure you go to the Stop the Fuckery channel. Check that out. It was a great show. It was about animals. We cover a wide array of different things. And of course, Crystal Estrada, welcome as well from Tejas. Henderson Bino, thank you. Rafi, what's going on? So our next topic of discussion for Stop the Fuckery will fall into the month of June. And you know what June is. Pride Month. Yes. So you better be an ally. Against what? I'm not sure, but be an ally, okay? Oh, Gian, don't you worry, man. I'm about to give it to him uncircumcised to the bristle. This shit is crazy. Got him, Coach 23. What's up? Welcome. Rob, Zig, GS. GS says JG is Stockton, California, a shithole. Well, GS, I'll put it to you like this. Stockton, California is number 10 for the most dangerous city in the country. So when you drive through Stockton, do exactly that. Drive through Stockton. Zigga, sorry, not Zig, excuse me. Zigga says we need a Grandpa in Chief impersonation. Don't worry, we'll get to it because I'm talking about that sad sack. That sad sack of bones and dust. Brian Ashley, thank you. Marilyn Bennett, welcome. Gary S., welcome. David Stroker. That's who you want, ladies. You want David Stroker to get up in it. Cactus, thank you. That's right, Stockton equals Oakland. I say Stockton equals Oakland, but more cow shit. There you go. So yesterday, we all know that Trump was convicted on all 34 charges. And when you hear that, TH2, welcome as well. When you hear 34 charges, oh shit, he must have done all kinds of stuff. But what they did was, for every invoice and check and this and that, every separate thing, everything got its own charge. So that's what makes it 34 charges, 91 charges, all this crazy shit. And he's still facing trials for the Georgia voting bullshit, the property overvaluing bullshit in New York, and there was one more. I don't know. He's facing 3 other legal issues. It's all bullshit. It all amounts to nothing. It's all just to try and keep him from running for president, whether it be getting him off the ballot somehow, which was shot down by the Supreme Court in 2 different states, or just making him cry uncle, making him say, this is too much. It's too much going to court and the charges. It was weighing too heavy on me. I can't take it. I quit. Those are one of the 2 things that they want, because all they wanted from this, they wanted 2 things from this. One of them, they got both of them. The first one was his mugshot. That was their first. Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And then now they got him. He's a convicted felon. So now that's all you're going to hear is convicted felon, convicted felon. He's a convicted felon. And when he has the debate with Sloppy Joe, which is so his sentencing will be July 11th, which is 4 days before the RNC, where he will be named the nominee officially. But 2 weeks before that is the first debate with Sloppy Joe on June 27th. So you are going to hear Sloppy Joe say, now, he might not say it clearly, and it might not be concise, but he's going to attempt to call him a convicted felon God knows how many times. Probably, you know, there'll be a count. I'm guessing at least 50 times. Convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. They're hanging all their hats on the fact that Trump is a convicted felon. That's it. And they're betting on their base, and it's a very safe bet, that they're betting that that's all they need to hear. He's a convicted felon, so he must be a terrible person. It must be true. Rando Potenza, what's going on? Welcome. But it's complete and utter bullshit. And I will play a clip from Trump speaking after the conviction, and you can hear it in his voice. The truth, what's going on. You can hear it in his voice that, yes, it's terrible that he was convicted, but he's steadfast. He's not giving up. He's going to keep fighting for the American people no matter what. He's a tough son bitch. He's like a cheap steak. Tough. So he's in the fight. I don't think this has swayed him in any way, but it's still a mark, a blemish, a black eye on America. This is America. We are better than this. We are the greatest country on earth, period. Anybody who says any different is jealous. America is the greatest country on earth. We are the standard. And this is the kind of bullshit that happens in some third world shithole where the opposition to whoever's in power could be shot. Nothing's going to happen. Lots of dirt floors, lots of AK-47s. You know, one of those countries that they send the T-shirts of the team that didn't win the championship to. This is some shit that happens in South America somewhere, or Africa, or Eastern Europe. This doesn't happen in America. What the fuck? We are better than this. We are better than this. But now it's on our record. A former president of the United States has been convicted. Now, I don't think this is going to stop him from becoming president. I think this is going to make his fight even stronger. I think even more people are going to vote for him, but it's still fucked up. It's still a mark on our record, a demerit. Now we're joining the ranks of these other shit countries. We're America. We wear ascots and we have our pinky out when we drink our tea. Now we're down there with the commoners fighting over scraps. Hello, USA. Now you're down here with us, mate. Now we're down there with the dirty, soot-faced paupers. Shit doesn't happen to us. But it did. Sure did. The left is another blow dealt to America. Another step they've taken toward destroying America is convicting Trump. Now, of course, he will appeal it. He'll appeal the shit out of it. I'm sure his legal team has already filed the paperwork. And there is a good chance that this could be overturned. But you can't unring the bell. You can't stuff everything back in Pandora's box. This shit happened. That's what I'm pissed about. Not that it's going to affect his presidency, him running for president or anything like that. But that's something we can't undo. Been a country for almost, 250 years? And this shit happened? Fucking Bush, Obama, Clinton, what's his name? Nixon? I'm not a crook. All these clowns escaped this and they hit Trump with it because they are afraid. They are scared of what he is going to do. They are scared of him fixing the economy. They're scared of him improving our quality of life. They are scared of him closing the border. They are scared of deporting those illegals. They are scared of what he's going to do to China. They are scared of what he's going to do with this war in Ukraine. They don't want him to stop that. They don't want him to broker a peace deal. They don't want him to broker a peace deal between Israel and Gaza. They don't want that. Those are their money laundering schemes. That's them propping up another country because 99% of Biden's cabinet has dual citizenship with Israel. We're helping out their team. They don't want money, the billions of dollars, to stop flowing over there. That's their boys. That's their homies. That's their family. They're not loyal to us. The fact that you have dual citizenship proves that you are not loyal to America. Period. You can't be. It is impossible to do two things equally. Something will suffer, and it looks like it's us. They don't want that money to stop flowing. They don't want us to be happy and successful. They don't want us starting new businesses and being able to afford everyday life and having a little change left over. That's what he represents. He represents prosperity for the American people. They view us as a disease and a sickness, something that needs to be eradicated. If we're not sitting there quiet, being shuffled around as their little science experiments, then get rid of us. And here comes Trump, working for us, being a spokesperson for what we want, being our representative, and they cannot have it. They will not have it. Look at back in 2016, when the Biden, it wasn't the Biden administration, it was Obama's administration, but Biden was the vice president, spying on Trump. The dossier, Russia collusion. They've been trying to get Trump for a long time. This is just their next plan. They're throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. But just a terrible day in American history. And it joins the ranks of some very terrible days. Fortunately, there was no loss of life here. But in a certain way, it's as bad as some of the days we lived through where there was a loss of life. There were lives lost. And oh boy, the media is just, convicted felon. This is what they wanted. Forget Christmas in December. This is Christmas in May. They ran downstairs and grabbed their present from under the tree and they ripped it open and it said, Trump is a convicted felon. This is exactly what they wanted. And yeah, it pisses us off that they got it. Because we don't want to hear those far left pieces of shit getting what they want. We don't want to hear the bullshit. We don't want to hear their celebrations, but you just have to let them tire themselves out. Because your facts are impervious. They're impervious to facts. Like I mentioned, my dumbass cousin. Oh, he sends me a meme of Trump. Convicted felon. And I was like, man, shut the here. I'll read the thread to you right now. Let me find there we go. Bing, bang, boom. Found the video that I want. Okay, got it. So let me show you or read the thread between my cousin and I, little dumbass Keith. So he sends me the picture and it says, breaking news, jury finds Trump guilty in hush money trial. And then 3 times in all caps, lock him up, lock him up, lock him up, laughing emojis. And I say, get the fuck out of here. That whole trial was bullshit. And he says, what's not bullshit is that guilty verdict. Calm down. Trump is going to be all right. I said, you're impossible. Do you even know the details of the case? And he said, no, you MAGA are impossible. Yes, I know the details of the case. You fools are still going to vote for him. And I said, hell, fuck yeah, I am. And you're still going to vote for that fucking corpse, Sloppy Joe. And he says, hell, fuck yeah, I'm going to vote for that corpse. And you go ahead and vote for the guilty porn fucker. And I put no problem. You can't get through to him. It's your facts are like BBs off a battleship. Pew, pew. They don't even chip the paint. So let them punch themselves out, so to speak. You ever see a fight? It reminds me of the Peter McNeely-Tyson fight in August of 1995. It was Tyson's first fight out of prison. You talk about throwing raw meat to the wolves. They threw Peter McNeely's dumbass in there. And they ring the bell, and Peter McNeely just comes out, boom, 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 not even keeping his hands up. He's just swinging, bam, bam, bam. And Tyson's just sitting there, boom, boom, weathering the storm, taking all the punches. Peter McNeely's going crazy. He's throwing all the punches. He's tiring himself out because I gotta hit Tyson first. I can't let him hit me. I gotta hit him with the barrage. Tyson let him punch himself out. And then Tyson punched him out in 1 minute and 29 seconds. So let them do their bullshit. Oh, I know it's infuriating. You just want to slap the shit out of them. I know. When you hear the mainstream mediocres play that bullshit, Trump is a convicted felon, and little smiles on their cock-sucking mouths. The View, oh, those insufferable see you next Tuesdays. I know. Bill Maher, what is it? It's Friday. So tonight he's going to have a show. You know what that fool's talking about. You know that's all he's going to talk about. Trump is a convicted felon, and his stupid ass, mouth-breathing crowd is just going to clap and cheer. We knew it. We got him. And you have to fight the urge to do this. I know. But you have to fight the urge. You have to be the grown-up. You have to be the adult in the room. And you guys know how I feel about the low road. I love it down here. It's beautiful. The weather's nice. Good people. But that's what's going to happen. But you're going to hear that ad nauseum until November 5th. Convicted felon. Are people really going to vote for a convicted felon? And you have the X posts and stuff, the tweets from all these selected politicians. What's her name? Jasmine Crockett, the built bad butch body, blonde hair, whatever. She called Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she's built like a scoop of mashed potatoes her damn self. She sent the tweet out. Don Lemon, that greasy lip bitch, he put out a tweet. Trump's guilty. Ha, ha, ha. So stupid. But I'm going to show you a clip package put together by the Lincoln Project. And they're stroking their little pink lipstick to Trump being convicted. And it perfectly encapsulates what the left is going to do from here until November. But before I do that, I got to show some appreciation. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, being generous. So here we go, Mr. Leonard S. But thank you. Leonard S., thank you for the 5. He says, free Trump. And you know what's funny? So he gets sentenced on July 11th. So I don't think he's going to see any prison time, but there's a real possibility that he will have to wear a fucking ankle bracelet. Chozo Ghost, bring us out of this. Chozo Ghost, thank you very much. He says, what up, biznitches? Hey, what's going on, man? How are you? Appreciate you being here. Good to see you again. DJ John T, member for 15 months. It says, sad damn evening, Americans. I'm having me some beers after a hot work day. Democrats turned your country to a dictatorship. Sad, sad day for America. Yes, it was, man. We'll bounce back. We'll be all right. This is just the initial impact here, but we will be okay. And just imagine this. 1 second. DJ John T. Again. Thank you. He said, thank you again. He says, why do they have Pride Month when they are celebrated all year long? They shove it down your throats every day. Why can't they just shut up? Great question. Great question. But they're not only after June. They already have October, and they're going after all the other 10 months. They want everything. They want it all. And we have those who are in charge, who are supposed to be in power, just handing it over to them. Here you go. What else do you want? What else do you want? Don't call me a homophobe or a transphobe. What else do you want? I wish they would shut the fuck up. But, you know, the Trump being convicted and everything, yes, that sucks. Yes, that's a dark day in American history. Yes, that is a blemish on our record. But the one thing that will make it all better, the one thing that will be the equivalent of your mommy kissing your boo-boo. For some reason it hurt, but when mommy kissed that boo-boo, it felt just fine. The only thing that will fix that, the only thing that will remedy that, the only thing that will shut the left up is when Trump gets elected. Oh. That is going to be a beautiful day. That is going to be 4 days before my 44th birthday. What a gift that will be when they announce and they watch every state slip away one by one. Trump, Trump, Trump. When he politically curb stomps Sloppy Joe. What? Vindication. That is going to be a beautiful day. So all we have to do is get through the next, 5 months. That day will come. And as sweet as yesterday was for them, it will be even sweeter for us. When Trump gets elected as president, it's going to be so sweet that we're all going to get diabetes that day. And I'm fine with it. Secretary, not sure. Thank you. We vote for Trump for policies, not who he bangs. Thank you. I've said it here before. I've coined the phrase, we traded mean tweets for mean feats. We've traded somebody who said rough things, crass things, for somebody who does fucked up things. And that's where the disconnect is. The left can't do that. It's all emotion. It's all how I feel and who I have sex with and my identity, things that mean nothing. Things that aren't important. Who gives a shit? They do, because it's all they have. Chester Wolf, the Griffin. Thank you. All of this is being scripted out and planned out to the letter. Everything is just working too perfectly in their favor for it to be not natural. Yes, it's not surprising that he got convicted. It's just disheartening. It's disappointing. But yeah, you think Trump is going to get a fair trial in New York City? New York City? There's no way in the world he was going to get a fair trial there. You saw some of the people who were excused from the jury. A bunch of blue-haired, granola-headed dirt fuckers, TDS sufferers. He never had a chance. But it still sucks for it to actually happen. Mom Ranger 2010, good to see you. It's been a while. I'm glad that you are back. I thank you very much for the Twomsky. She says, love that background. Totally on the mark. Finally have a signal here in the mountains to get a live stream. Give them hell, shipmate. You best believe, shipwreck. Gonna get in that ass like a bike with no seat. Thank you for being here, young lady. Who's next? Repair and support. Thank you for the Twomsky. Part of me wants Trump to go vindictive on Democrats when he gets in, and part of me wants him to try to restore the system. I cannot believe the Democrats have taken this once great country to where we are today. I'm right there with you, repair and support. Part of me does want Trump to do the whole, what is that quote from Pulp Fiction? I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. Yes, part of me wants him to do that. Part of me wants him to get payback. But I hope that Trump is bigger than that. And I think he will. That's why they hate him so much, because he keeps us as the main focus. He keeps his eyes on the prize. So I think ultimately we will be what's most important to him, and that's what he will focus on. But if we can get just a couple sprinkles of revenge in there, good. Nashville Cat 66. Thank you for the Hamilton. Love your voices. Proud to be here. Thank you very much. And I'm proud to be here too, damn it. Wouldn't want it any other way. But I appreciate you, Nashville Cat 66. Sounds like a restaurant off the interstate. Again, Chester Wolf the Griffin, thank you. Has everyone else noticed how all of the reporters are wearing red and black, and some are wearing purple? There's a hidden message there. I don't doubt it, man. I'm up for anything. After the sweet and sour sniffles, lockdowns, and the forced pokes and all that, anything's on the table. All the shit we see in movies and things, that's crazy. That'll never happen. Shit's happening right now. So I wouldn't doubt that at all. Thomas Decode. Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you very much. The worst part is the left doesn't care if the case is bullshit. They are 100% okay with breaking the law as long as it's against Donald J. Trump. Bezmanoff was spot on. No amount of evidence will convince them. Yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. It's the people who are celebrating, like my cousin. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the case was bullshit. It doesn't matter if it was falsified and the judge was on a mission and it was sponsored by the Biden administration. None of that matters as long as you get the evil orange man. It doesn't matter what systems are destroyed in the process. It doesn't matter what it does to the American people. It doesn't matter what it does to America itself, the idea of America. That's not important. We must get the bad orange guy. Look at Alan Bragg, the DA of Manhattan. He ran on getting Trump. How could the New Yorkers let that happen? You're not talking about fixing the city and making it safer for us and going after the criminals and punishing them. No, you ran on going after Donald Trump? That was your platform? I could give two shits about what Donald Trump is doing. What I do care about is getting pushed on the tracks in the subway station. That's what I do care about. I care about getting attacked with a fucking machete in Times Square that just happened yesterday in New York. That's what I care about. I care about bodega owners having to stab somebody to death to save their life. That's what I care about. I care about random women being punched in the face by dirty, filthy psychopaths on the street that you let out with a pat on the back and a hand job. I care about illegals stomping a New York City police officer in his head and being released the next day and flipping off the camera. That's what I care about. I don't give a damn what Trump is doing with his fucking buildings. But that's what that clown ran on. That's how he won. And this is what we get. Miss Debbie Hoyt. Thank you, young lady. Your cousin only knows what is happening now. He won't be prepared for down the road. Excuse me. He won't be prepared for down the road. God help us. Unfortunately, my cousin's not the only dummy out there. There are millions and millions of those jackasses. Zigga, thank you. Rename Pride Month to Monkeypox Awareness Month. What are you saying? Are you saying that the group who is mostly perpetrating this filth are the Pride Monthers? No. What proof do you have of that, Zigga? I think it should be named Next Time There'll Be Blood on My Knife and Not Shit on My Dick Month. What movie is that from? JB's Garage. Thank you very much. No message, just the name. JB's Garage. You got something wrong with your car? You don't know what it is making a weird sound when you're going down the road? You better come on into JB's Garage. I'll fix that shit quick as a hiccup. If you're near JB's Garage, you better go patronize that, man. You better patronize that business. Help him out. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But what about this verse? Thank you very much. Imagine the jury in this case being the Simpsons jury of fat people presiding over Homer versus Shrimp Buffet. The lawyer asked, these sound like the actions of a man that had all he could eat? I mean, I wish this was a cartoon. I wish this was a Simpson episode or Family Guy or South Park. Something we could just sit back and laugh at and go, wouldn't that be crazy? But no, it's happening. And now that the trial's over, I want to see what these jurors look like. They're going to come out with statements. I want to see what these people look like because they say don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, I'm sorry. Some books that are wrapped in rainbow paper with shit stains on it, I think I could probably judge what they're going to be like, right? Simeon Merriweather. Thank you, my good man, for the $2 USD. So many generous people here. I sure appreciate you. Preach. Paytar, thank you very much. Hey, JG, could you give a shout out to my wife, Chantice? Thanks. I hope I'm saying her name right. Of course. What up, girl? You got a good one there. Hold on to him. Hold on tight. Do something weird to him tonight. Throw a curveball. It's not Christmas. It's not his birthday. It's not Valentine's Day. Do something weird. He'll appreciate it. Chantice, and again, I hope I said your name right. But of course. DJ John T, all the way from Steednia. Thank you very much. He says Nelson Mandela was a convicted felon. Wait a minute. Are you talking about the same Nelson Mandela that Sloppy Joe got arrested with in South Africa? That fool is so full of shit. Justin Desroches. Thank you, man. He says 15 months of JG. I just got my shirt in the mail and it rules. I'll send pics from the van. Be healthy, get in the effing van and stay pled. Word. Justin, you make it so difficult. Yes, I appreciate you purchasing some merch. I hope you use the promo code SloppyJoe, all caps, to get you 20% off. I love what you're doing, but I cannot support snatching people off the street and putting them in your van. I can't. I can't. But thanks for patronizing the website, and I'm glad you like it. Thank you, my good man. Tammy G, thank you for the Twomsky. She says, hey, Jericho, it's Brendan's mom. Hi. The verdict just woke a sleeping giant. The left doesn't realize this is going to bite them in the ass. They have no idea what they are in for. I agree. I think they're oblivious to it, but even if they knew, they wouldn't care because their laser focus is getting the orange guy. They're like teenagers. There's no they can't see past the end of their face. They're so selfish. They don't look at the future. They don't look at years down the road. It's just right now, man. And I think you're right. I think that this is going to be, I can't remember the exact slogan, but basically it's going to be such a tidal wave of votes. It's going to be such a beating that they can't cheat. The votes are going to outpace their cheating. There are going to be so many people screaming from the rooftops that this is some bullshit and Trump needs to be in office. Not only the trial that we're talking about, but the economy too. And here in California, the gas prices are starting to come down. I think I saw yesterday as low as like $4.25. And I know some of you, that's still going to make you fucking pass out on the floor. But that's damn good for California, being that we were just up around $7 a gallon not too long ago. So the tide seems to be receding a little bit in that way, but not in other ways. Things are still expensive. And I can't give you credit for bringing inflation down and somewhat fixing the economy when you're the one who fucked it up in the first place. If I go to your house and set it on fire and then I grab the water hose and I put it out, I can't tell you, see, you need to thank me. Thank me for putting that fire out. No, I'm the one who started it. They're the ones who started it. Inflation only comes from one place, the federal government, because they're the ones who print the money and make the value of our money go down. Hence the inflation. But what do you know? You are just a dumb U.S. citizen taxpayer. That's all. JN, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, from a fellow black conservative, what is your thoughts on the Dixiecrat wing of the Republican Party starting to gain traction on the ground? I hope they don't start influencing Trump's policies. Well, I'm hoping that when Trump gets back in office, I hope that he learned a little bit from the last time he was in there and who he has around them. Yes, you need to have a good team, but you also need to have the final say. It's like being a father or husband, head of the household. Of course, your wife's opinion is important. It's crucial. You need her viewpoint on things. And oftentimes your wife will see things from an angle that you never thought of. I think we're all watching the same show. We just have different seats. But ultimately, dad's the one who says yay or nay, thumbs up or thumbs down. So I hope that he learned from that and he puts better people around him who will be more for pushing his agenda and what he wants to do for this country. I hope that helped. So I see the supers. Let's see. Baby Brock, you will be next. I promise, Michael. Now. B. Harley says De Niro got arrested in France in a sex ring. Look it up. Okay, let's see. I heard he got an award taken away from him for his stupid ass shit that he did in front of the courthouse the other day. So that's good. No, I don't see anything on De Niro being arrested. I see, clips about him talking, in front of the White House and shit. But I don't see anything about him being arrested. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Okay. So before I get to the rest of those super chats, I see you. You are valid, and I love you. I will get back to them. I want to play this clip for you from the Lincoln Project. Those fucking idiots. And the name is very deceiving, but it's a left-wing propaganda machine. But here's what they put on their X account after, of course, after Trump was convicted and their little pink lipstick came out. You know, you scratch a dog, you get that spot and their little foot starts going like this and their weenie comes out and it's like that slimy pink thing. Well, their little slimy pink lipstick came out, and this is the clip package that they put together. Authentically Kennedy, I just saw your comment, which reminded me of a comment you posted earlier that yesterday Trump being convicted was the worst birthday present you could have gotten. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Authentically Kennedy. Your first birthday as a mom. Congratulations. I'm sure your husband went all out for you. He seems to be a great man, a great husband, a great father. So happy belated birthday to you, Melania. So, Lincoln Project. What the fuck?
On all 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree.
You're a criminal, Donald. That's what the jury said. Not the deep state. Not the Democrats. Not the Biden administration. A jury. Regular people who saw the evidence and felt sick. You're a criminal. And you did it to yourself.
Nobody's ever seen anything like this. It's a shame.
Your defense was weak because you're weak. They had no argument because there is no argument. You were too scared to testify because you knew, Donald. You know. You're guilty. Guilty as sin. Guilty as charged.
You're guilty, Donald. Guilty as sin. Guilty as charged. Did you see that clip? They had the nerve to show the clip of him walking down that slick ramp. It had been raining a little bit and it was a little bit slick. So that's why he was holding the arm of that soldier so he didn't slip and fall. You had the nerve to play that clip? When you have this scroll-like reel of Sloppy Joe slipping and falling and stumbling and tipping over and shaking the hands of people who aren't there, not knowing which way to go off stage, the nerve! Wow. That shit was so stupid. You're guilty, Donald. It wasn't the deep state or the Biden administration. It was your fault. Oh, my God. But that's what they want you to think. That's what they want everybody to think. No. This deep state stuff, this, the Biden administration, this witch hunt and all that stuff, that's all conspiracy. That's weird. That's fake. That's not happening. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's outlandish. Ben Harris. I see people commenting on this. What Ben, what are you doing? What's going on, Ben? Ben, what are you talking about? I had to do that. He says, I'm not going to go up and find the first thing he said, but Ben Harris, he says, I'm actually from Canada, so you can do a few truly lame Canada jokes now if you like. We don't have to do Canada jokes. Canada, its own joke. USA out of North America. Look at this shit. You know how it is, guys. Occasionally I like to power down and take on a troll. USA out of North America. What would that look like, Ben? What would that look like if the USA wasn't here to protect you from the rest of the world? Because you think Justin Blackface Trudeau is going to do anything to protect you? Tell me one country that Canada could kick the shit out of other than Canada. USA out of North America. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Hold on. You had a good run, but you fucked up. Are you talking about Trump? Come on, man. Canada is Okay, let's say the world is a prison yard. Okay, America, America is like the biggest, baddest dude on the yard, and Canada is that little bitch who everybody wants to fuck, but they hold on to America's pocket lining and follow us around to protect them. That's who Canada is. Man, please. Don't worry about us. You worry about that fruitcake you got up there running your fucking country into the ground. Come on. You have no room to talk about what's going on down here in America. Your country is fucked over and out. Justin Trudeau poured maple syrup all over his dick and gives it to you guys to the sack every day. And you got the nerve to talk about what's going on here in America? Man, please. That's like a crackhead looking down on somebody else's life. Man, your shit's all fucked up. You have no front teeth and you suck dick for a living. And he says, my mom hates Trump too. Of course your mom hates Trump. What does your dad think of Trump? Uh-oh. I don't know, guys. Ben Harris is like giving single mom vibes. You even know your dad, Ben Harris? Of course your mom hates Trump too. No surprise there. You probably hate all the same things your mom hates. Like men and your dad. Fuck out of here. A Canadian talking about American politics. Are you fucking serious? Do you know who Justin Castro is? Do you know who your prime minister is? For you to be talking about us is fucking hilarious. And you know, after all this shit that Ben Harris is talking, he's probably going to apologize like a true Canadian. Hey, sorry about that, eh? I didn't mean to say those mean things, eh? Me and my mom Booth apologize, eh? Man, please. Canadian. Didn't Trudeau tell you you can't have handguns? Man, please. At ease, disease. Tell your mom we don't care about her either, because I'm sure she's sitting right there with her titty in your mouth. Telling you, Widow Ben, you're perfect. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different. You're my precious little man. Desiree says, bro can't even see a doctor for a year because of the health care. Shit that we go to CVS and get a Z-Pack. You die from that shit up in Canada because you can't see a doctor. Canada. You could have been from any other country, Ben. You're from Canada, and you got the nerve to be talking shit. Come on. Get the fuck out of town. Your government wants to kill you. If it's cheaper to kill you instead of fixing you, they want to kill you. That's messed up, eh? What do you think about that? Aaron M says, Canadian weed even sucks. You guys can't even get weed right. I don't see him anymore, guys. I guess he's gone. I guess his mom called him in the kitchen for some SpaghettiOs. Mad says she's leaving Canada in a week. Come on down, girl. Come on down here. Join the greatest country on earth. Did Ben have a man bun in his profile picture? He looked like he has a man bun. Ben Man Bun Harris. Is that a handle for your boyfriend? All right, it's enough, guys. Leave Ben alone. That is enough. But that Lincoln Project video, that shit is so terrible. That's your fault, Trump. You're guilty on all charges. Well, that's what we're going to have to deal with. So let's just understand it, accept it, deal with it. And then, like I said, come November, it's our turn. It's our turn. Now, when it's our turn and we get Trump back in office, I want you guys to be relentless, insufferable, complete assholes to anybody you can in your real life, on social media. You be just an annoying piece of shit. Every chance you get, post a Trump meme, Trump 2024, I told you so, bullshit trial, that's our president, number 47, whatever you got to do. It's our turn. Let them have their little tantrum. Convicted felon. Yeah, okay, go ahead. But come November, woo! Good googly woogly. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Some toast and mustard. Trump's going to be president. Because you guys know I will be acting a complete fool on the interweb. I will be an asshole. Because this is what they made me. It's your fault. You made me this way, leftist. You created me. I am your Frankenstein. You did this to me. Fucker. You fuckers. So let's hear from Trump right after the guilty verdict. Let's hear what Mr. Trump has to say. President Trump, the 45th and the 47th president of these United States of America.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people, and they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. This is
long from over. I like that. But they want you to believe that the people he's talking to, these MAGA supporters, whatever the fuck that means, they want you to think that everybody who supports Trump, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, independent, whatever, if you support Trump, they want everybody to think that you are just some mullet-wearing, methed-up psychopath, white-knuckling a double-barrel shotgun in the living room of your double-wide with your fucking dually out front idling, waiting to get the call from Trump. That's fucking right, Trump. They're sending millions of those brown motherfuckers here to take my country. They're going to take my job. That's what they want you to think. Every Trump supporter is a toothless sister fucker with a t-shirt, a sleeveless t-shirt that has a picture of the American flag that says, "Burn this, you son of a bitch." That's right, Trump. I'm just waiting for the fucking marching orders, man. You think January 6th was something? I'm going to show you some bitches a thing or two. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want everybody to think. That's what they want the world to think. That's what they're telling the left. These mindless dum-dums who are going to pull the lever for a Democrat, no matter what. like my dumbass cousin who's going to vote for Sloppy Joe. How? How in the hell can you vote for Sloppy Joe? And this isn't 2020 Sloppy Joe. This is Sloppy Joe with almost 4 years in office. He's showing you what a feeble, senile, old mumbling turd he is. After that, you're still gonna vote for him? Holy shit. So I want to show you this. This is Sloppy Joe today. And they asked him, someone says, Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? This is why we call him Sloppy Joe.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, can you tell us, sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir? Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign? We'd love to hear your thoughts, sir.
Should he be on the ballot, sir?
You love to hear his thoughts? What, you've never heard a dial tone before? Those are his thoughts. We're sorry. The number you're trying to reach cannot be completed. It's dialed. That's old school, kids. All you kids who were born after the cell phone, that's what a regular phone with a house line, a landline used to sound like. You want to hear his thoughts? Pick up an old school phone and listen to the dial tone. Those are his thoughts. And you think I don't know what I'm looking at? You think I don't recognize that look? After she asked him, sir, he says he's a political prisoner. What are your thoughts? And he sits there and he turns and he gives you a grin. You think I don't recognize that? You think I have kids, people. I've seen a toddler stand there and give you the I'm shitting my diaper face. That's the old shit my diaper face. When you see your kids standing there with a 1,000-yard stare, you know they're taking a shit. You can hear them go, I know that face. That's the I'm shitting my pants face.
Much.
Mr. President, can you tell us,
And you think Biden's not shitting his pants?
sir, Donald Trump refers to himself as a political prisoner and blames you directly. What's your response to that, sir?
Look at that.
Do you think the conviction will have an impact on the campaign?
So
We'd love to hear your
awkward.
thoughts, sir.
Should he be on the ballot, sir?
So awkward. What? You don't fool me, Sloppy Joe. You know how many times I see my kids stand there with the I'm taking the shit face? Wow. As promised, show some more appreciation for this generosity. Baby Brock, thank you. Blow Obama voice. Trump, he was indicted and he was convicted on all 34 counts. I'm sorry, I cannot take any questions. I'm being summoned by Michelle to get into the bedroom and take her 12-inch cock. Spencer T, thank you. He says, black officer killed in Minneapolis yesterday. Well, who gives a shit, Spencer? Was the shooter white? Because if the shooter wasn't white, nobody cares. Let's see. Black officer shot in Minneapolis. Remember in Wayne's World where he said of Milwaukee, he's like, Alex was like, actually, it's Milwaukee. Oh, very unfortunate. Police officer among 2 killed in Minneapolis shooting. Suspect also dead. That's good. 36-year-old Jamal Mitchell was the officer killed in the shooting. That's terrible. The incident started around 5:15 p.m. when officers responded to a shots fired call at an apartment complex in the 2200 block of Blaisdell Avenue South in the Whittier neighborhood. Upon arrival, officers were immediately met with gunfire. The Minneapolis Police Department said officers exchanged gunfire with the suspect. Mitchell and another officer were injured in the gunfight, as well as the suspect. The suspect received life-saving efforts and died at the scene. Mitchell and the officer were taken to the hospital where Mitchell died. I'm looking. Forgive me, guys. I'm just looking for a picture of the suspect. I see pictures of the officers who were killed. Let's see. No, I don't see a picture of the shooter. And I haven't heard anything about the story. So you know what that means, Spencer T? That's right. That means the shooter must have been black. Because if he was a white man shooting a black police officer, that some bitch's face will be plastered everywhere. But the fact that I can't find a picture of the suspect tells us everything we need to know. Thank you very much, Biden's America. Thank you, DJ John T. And actually, I take that back. That's not Biden's America. That's Obama's America. You started it. It says, imagine Snake Plissken being asked to rescue Joe Biden from New York. You think he would? No, I don't think so. Snake Plissken strikes me as a no-nonsense kind of guy. He would not take that fucking mission. Besides, hey, Sloppy Joe, you helped create New York City, so enjoy. Leilani Mitchell, thank you. She says, damn it, JG. I choked on my apple when you said Simeon Merriweather. That's how you have to say that name. I can't just say Simeon Merriweather. Not that kind of fucking name. My good man, Sir Simeon Merriweather. Brendan Gerzlak, thank you. He says, since my mom sent a super chat, I figured I'd send one. On a fun subject, does pineapple belong on pizza? Hell no. Pineapple can be sliced and eaten as is. You can throw it on a ham. If you want to throw some rings on a ham, you want to do a pineapple upside down cake, I'm behind all of those efforts. But on a pizza, hell no. Keep that shit off my pizza, or we will have a problem. Thank you, Debbie Hoyt. She says their candidate is so bad, only a felon would do. Yeah, ain't that the damn truth, girl? Okay, good. Leilani says she loves Hawaiian pizza. Hey, we all make mistakes, you know? We all make mistakes. We all have our regrets in life, and that's one of them. Because pineapple on pizza is a no-go. So let me ask you guys this. Oh, I got another one. Nicholas X. No, thank you. You pineapple pizza loving sons of bitches. Let me ask you this, you guys. Okay, so they're throwing everything and the kitchen sink at Trump. So you have him convicted. Like I mentioned before, he has three other cases that he's facing. All of them are horseshit. But nonetheless, they got their mugshot. They got their convicted felon. But we all know that's only going to increase the support for Trump. That's only going to get more people to vote for him. He's going to have more support. I'm guessing his next rally that he has after this conviction will probably be record setting. He did 100,000 in Jersey. Why not 200,000, 150,000, 175? Let me ask you this. Do you think JFK treatment is on the table? Just give me a yes or a no. A Y, give me a Y or an N. Do you think that assassination is on the table? And maybe not the traditional, sniper shot, but maybe a plane crash or a heart attack or something like that. Do you really think about it for a second? Do you honestly believe that assassination is on the table? Let me see. Let me go back up to the top. Adamo Mucci from Australia. Crikey, mate. Look at the size of that figure. Some N's in here, but a lot of Y's. A lot of Y's. Uh-oh, we got another troll in here. I'm hearing people talk shit about somebody named Frank. Shut up, Frank. Slap yourself. Uh-oh, Frank. Oh, I think Frank might be being facetious. He says, vote Biden, he's protecting trans people. Either Frank's being facetious and he's joking, or you are fucking crazy, Frank. Which one is it? Talk to me, Frank. Brad and Armstrong, Jericho, have you tried pineapple pizza? Yeah, I've had it before, like when I was a kid. And if I show up somewhere and all they got is pizza with pineapple on it, yeah, I'll pick that shit off. But would I ask for that? No. Uh-oh, then Frank says Trump will make it worse. Oh, Frank, I had hope for you, man. I thought you were just fucking around. But yeah, looks like most people, DJ John T says no. Chester Wolf the Griffin says no. But most people are saying yes. Jose Saldana says no. Username says no. Coop Cooper, nah. But most people are saying yes. Aaron M. Bird flu, yeah, anything, any form of assassination is on the table. Coop Cooper says that's the last time attempted in the 80s. Yeah, Reagan. What was that guy's name? John Hinckley Jr. ran up on him and shot him. And then he was doing a speech after that, and a balloon popped, and he said, "Miss me." Fucking Reagan. Oh, Frank, damn it. He says Trump is racist too. Frank, come on, man. What are you doing? Racist how? And don't give him, oh, he wouldn't sell apartments to black people. Stop. Come on, man. How is Trump racist? Island Anderson, what's up? She says, Jericho, barely tuning into the show. Hope I didn't miss much of the 411. You missed some shit, girl. You missed some shit. But it looks like most people are saying that, yes, that assassination is possible. I mean, I believe it. It's been done before in America, very recently. JFK, Bobby Kennedy. Well, them Kennedys got a bad stretch of luck, don't they? But the last time it was attempted, yes, was in the 80s. But I believe it's possible, man. He's that big of a threat. You look at the lengths they're going to now, trying to prosecute him and send him to prison. So I don't want it to be. I certainly don't want it to be, because not only would that be terrible that he lost his life. Government missing. Oh, government may spy on me. Yeah, ain't that the truth? It says, we haven't been a country since November 22nd, 1963. Now, let me ask you, I don't mean to be a dick, but do you mean 1962? Because I believe that's when Kennedy was assassinated, 62. But the last time it was attempted was in the 80s. So, and yeah, it would be a terrible loss of life, for Trump to be killed. But none the miser says 63? I thought it was 62. Let's see. JFK assassination game? That's fucked up. Oh, you're right. It was 63. Okay, my bad. Yeah, RFK was June of 68 by Sirhan Sirhan. So yeah, it was 63. I remember my mom telling me what it was like. She was in third grade when that happened, how school was canceled, everybody went home, all the adults were crying and shit. But not only would it be terrible for Trump to lose his life, of course, but what would really be crazy is that, how do I put this? It would be the establishment telling us, you can't beat us. We struck down your most powerful. We struck down the biggest voice that you had. That would be crazy, them crushing the resistance. Somebody who's super famous in front of everybody's eyeballs and right in front of you, we took him out. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? We assassinated your boy. What are you going to do? That would be fucking crazy. That would have such a feeling of hopelessness. That would be nuts. But maybe, that is too far-fetched, and maybe they wouldn't do that. But I don't know, man. These are humans we're talking about. These are humans who want to hold on to power. And you know what people are capable of when they do that, when that happens. When their power and their influence and their money is threatened, shit gets cray. Mom Ranger 2010, thank you, miss. She says, I have thoroughly enjoyed today's show. Blessings to you, your beautiful wife, and lovely kids. Thank you very much. I will pass that on because she is beautiful. And I love you. They're lovely most of the time. You know how kids are. They can be shits. Honda Trump AI, thank you. It says, I honor your courage and wisdom. Thank you. Hey, my pleasure, man. Courage and wisdom. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dung is fun. Is it? I usually leave it in the toilet, but hey, you do you. Dung is fun. Thank you. It says, Trump is my Tigger. Good old Tigger. Switch one of those letters out, then it gets awkward, huh? Leonard S., I thank you. Says, ironically, Trump is looking tough and standing tall. He is looking like a prince. Yeah. He was definitely unshaken. There was no weakness, no quiver in his voice. He is focused. He is steadfast. He is stoic. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. But it's just a shitty thing to happen. Toxic bigot. Thank you. The people of New York sentenced the defendant, Donald J. Trump, to 4 years of community service at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Buckle the fuck up. Hey, wouldn't that be something? And that's basically what they did yesterday. They basically solidified his position as 47th president of the United States. And they're so stupid. And, we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of sometimes making emotional decisions or decisions based on emotion. That's usually not good because emotions change. Emotions don't allow you to step back and allow things to develop. You're just, ugh, I feel this way. I'm doing this right now. It's just that these people did it on a much larger scale. Chester Wolf, the Griffin, I thank you again. He says, I highly doubt they will give Trump the JFK treatment. That would create a situation where they lose control. That's the last thing they want. Very good point. Power and control is their number one. So yes, they don't want to jeopardize that. And yeah, doing that, that'd be tough. You know, people would definitely be in the streets if they thought that January 6th was a quote insurrection, which is bullshit. Oof, man. Sweet Mom G says today my kids finish PK4 in second grade. My babies, yeah, it's going by quick. My son next week he'll be done with second grade, going to third. My daughter will be done with sixth grade, going to seventh. Where are the brakes on this thing? Slow down. It goes by way too fast. Aaron M., I'd love to see it in the Fed, in dual citizenship in Congress, enact term limits of no more than 8 years, for sure. I don't know why the president is the only one who has term limits, because the Congress and the Senate have a lot of power. You know, checks and balances. They're their own separate branch. So yeah, why do they not have term limits? Governors have them, mayors have them. Why not Congress and the Senate? I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure that's not by accident. I'm sure they didn't just say, "Oh yeah, we forgot. We forgot to give you guys term limits. My bad." Another miser says second grade graduate, just like Ben. Ben Harris of Canada. What are you talking about, boo? Oh man, Cooper says mine are 20 and 15 respectively. Oh man, you down the road a little bit for me, man. I don't want to get there. I don't want my kids to be like my son. My daughter, she's already of eye rolling age, but my son, he's still 8, so he holds my hand when we go out. Dad, hey dad, hey dad, hey dad, dad, hey dad. Like you don't have to say hey dad every time. It's only me and you here. I'm pretty sure you're talking to me. Hey dad, dad, hey dad, 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 hey dad, all the time, and I love it. But you know, those days are fleeting. Those days are going away pretty soon. It won't be, hey dad. It won't be shit. They'll be locked up in the room talking to some fucking girl on the phone. So I enjoy it. Wish I could just press all. But I can't. Old Sweet Dick Malone. He says, respect for me and my cousin, Butt Cheeks Malone, Dorchester, Massachusetts liberal. Hell, whoop, whoop. Hey, thanks, man. You're always good for a wonderful comment, Sweet Dick Malone. Sometimes crazy and perverted, but that's okay. We all have our place in the world. We all have our place. Crazy shit, people. Can you believe that? So, in all of this, you have for the first time former U.S. president convicted of a felony. That was the first time they even have one on trial, but now it's the first one to be convicted. And that's what Sloppy Joe had to say. That's what he had to say. Boy, oh boy. Let's see if he said anything yet. Oh, here we go. Biden slams Trump and his allies for calling the hush money verdict rigged. In his first remarks since the New York jury found Donald Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records, President Joe Biden took a thinly veiled swipe at the former president's attacks on the justice system. It's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone. I'm sorry, let me read it how he would say it. Hey, it's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict. Speaking I was speaking to the reporters. Clown. Reckless to say it was rigged. You're the one who rigged it. Something like this doesn't happen unless that shit comes from the top, you old bastard. Of course you're going to say that it's rigged. Fucking chump. Obama's administration started all this bullshit. They started the spying and the Russiagate bullshit. I mean, I know it won't happen. I know Trump's going to get elected president, but could you imagine Sloppy Joe having another 4 years? I'll be the first to say, maybe I'm not the first, I don't know. But there's no way other than cheating that Sloppy Joe becomes president of the United States for a second term. There's just no way. There's no way. There's no way, unless they cheat again, that Sloppy Joe becomes president. It just can't happen. America is not that stupid. We are not that corrupt, are we? Rachel says, well, I have to say, the boomers got the best of this country and refused to leave government. We are still... We are still in transition to communism. Yeah, they're trying. They are trying. Hell, we don't got to go all the way back to like the baby boomers, like back to their heyday, the 60s and 70s. We can go back to the 80s. Shit was amazing. Kylick, jail Barron Trump. Oh. Like, that's so dumb that I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. We're just gonna go ahead and ban you. Thank you, Benny Nash. That's right, Kenneth Jackson. Despite Trump being convicted, he's still able to run for president. Yeah, none of that's changed. That's still good to go. He's still able to campaign and all that shit. So I guess that's one bright spot. DCM detects. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. DCM detects. Thanks for the Hamilton. He says, I've been listening, but haven't been able to chat. Hope the family is doing great. Been listening to and watching you for a long time. You always deliver. Thanks for what you do. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for sticking with me. Thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate that. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you, guys. DJ John T, thanks again. He says, if I could, I'd vote for Trump. Well, you can't vote for Trump because you live outside of the country, but you could vote for Biden. They let that happen. They definitely let that happen. You could send a letter to him saying, I live in another country. Can I vote for Sloppy Joe? And they will say yes. And if you ask to vote for Trump, they would put you on some kind of watch list. But if you want to vote for Sloppy Joe and you live outside the country, no problem. Let dead people vote for him. Why not somebody who lives outside of America? Let me see. Layla, she says, my dad says Biden will turn against us Black Americans if he wins. I think he already has. But he's going around. He was in Philadelphia talking about, oh, you poor Black people. And, what if those insurrectionists on January 6th were Black and blackity black. And then he did the commencement speech at Morehouse, more doom and gloom. Your country doesn't love you. You have to work 10 times harder because you're Black, blackity black. So I think he's already turned on Black folks. But you can't really blame him because doing this every 4-year pander thing. It works. They know that they can go to black folks, get their vote, go get in the office and not do jack shit. And black folks are going to return like a fucking battered wife just to get some more. Thank you, sir. May I have another? But maybe this is the last time because they've imported a whole new voting block, a whole new power source, a new battery for their back. So maybe they won't be leaning on the Negro as much now that once they get all these illegals settled. Once they get the illegals settled in, you guys got your house, your kids are in school, you good? Okay. Okay, brother. Now it's time to pay back. We've been scratching your back and jerking you off and rubbing your shoulders. Now it's time to repay us. Now it's time to vote for us for eternity. That's the plan. Too Fast, Too Furious. How am I doing? I'm great. How are you? Happy to see you here as well. Alberto Simone says, Simon, excuse me. He's an insult. Yeah, he's an insult to us all. Black on Sight, January 6th was an FBI operation. I'm sick of them bringing up January 6th. I know, man. I'm tired of hearing January 6th insurrection. Tired of it. Because we know it's bullshit. We know it's bullshit. We know they had FBI agents there doing that shit. You got video of people, the guy smashes a window, people around him say, hey, man, don't do that. So if all those people were there to overthrow the government, didn't bring a gun, why would they be telling that dude, hey, what the fuck? That's right, Oscar, my bad, July 6th. Sloppy Joe said it was July 6th, so I'm going to go with him. You got the videos of people admonishing that dude for breaking a window. You're there to overthrow the government, so why would you have a problem with a broken window? The video of the officers waving the people in, moving the barriers, the guided tour that they got inside the Capitol. We know it's bullshit, but our voices aren't as loud as theirs for some reason. They've snatched the bullhorn and the soapbox from us, and we can't seem to get it back. So the only thing we can do is hit them in the booth. That's all we can do. It's fucking ridiculous, man. It really is. And I agree. I am so Black on Sight. I am so sick and tired of hearing about the fucking insurrection and January 6th. Now they can add another quill to their quiver with convicted felon. Ugh, but I'm already sick of it. Well, people, I mentioned before, Junior has a football game. It's going to be 100 degrees. Let's see how hot it is right now. 94 degrees. Ayo. So yeah, by the time his game's like in the early evening, like 5 o'clock. So it'll be about 100 degrees by then. So got to get his little cooling towel ready to go, bring some extra waters, get chairs and stuff out there, hopefully snag a spot under the trees in the shade. I'm not trying to sit out in the sun. So I'm going to go do that. And he has 3 more games, potentially 3 more. He has a game tonight, then tomorrow's the playoffs. And if they beat the first team, then they play in the championship in the second game. So potentially 3 games he has left. So I'm very excited. I get as hype as he does for these game days. So I'm going to make sure he has plenty of water, make sure he has snacks. He's focused. We're going to go over the game plan on the way there because he plays defensive back and plays offense too. So we're going to go over game planning shit. And it's going to be a good day. So hopefully I can tell you guys about a victory on the next live stream. But I appreciate you guys being here. We've had over 300 people in here steadily through the whole live stream. That's great. Looks like we got one more generous person that just has to get that money out of their pocket. Leonard S, thank you. So I think Joey shouts and gets angry because that stimulates him and he can think more clearly. Yeah, that and the cocktail of Adderall and other drugs that they give him to wake his punk ass up. Like I mentioned before when they announced the debate between him and Trump, I wonder what kind of cocktail they're going to have him on. What kind of mixture like meth, coke, Adderall, fucking Rockstar Energy. They're going to mix up some shit and mainline that shit on Sloppy Joe. He's going to be ready to go. They like it, but when they usually do that in the beginning, and then as the speech, the State of the Union or whatever goes on, then you see him go, and his back is, Bo died in war, and all that crazy shit he says. So appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your presence, your generosity, your donation, all that shit. I appreciate you. And brace yourself. Get ready for the convicted felon bullshit. Weather the storm, because in November, the tide's going to turn. He's going to win. And then we will gorge ourselves. You ever drink so much water that when you walk, you hear it sloshing around in your stomach? We are going to gorge ourselves on the tears of liberals, and it will quench our thirst forever. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Make sure you get some merch. 20% off, promo code Sloppy Joe, all caps, no spaces. Give me a follow on X at @Green_Jericho. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.